Hello everyone, my name is Caden Fahrenheit. This is a machine I built in Minecraft. This is for Bedrock Edition on Windows 10 version 1.13.1. And this is a Mega Smelter and it can smelt 30,000 items per hour if I did the math correctly. Alright, let's see this thing at work. I believe the system already has fuel on it. So I guess I'll put fuel on it just in case. Let's take some sand, about half a box full of it, put it in the input chest. Alright, let's get some fuel. Put that in here. Alright, and items already started popping over here. So while that works, let me just go and do a quick overview of the system. We have the input chest, goes into this mega hopper, splits it into two different chests, which then sends it along these two rails over the top of the hoppers, and distribute it all on all the smelters. Each row right now has about 28 smelters, and this can actually be expanded even larger than this. I didn't find any need to make it much larger than this. It's already ridiculous. But if needed, you could increase it or decrease the size on it. You would really have to do is adjust how many items the carts are pulling by adjusting how many items are in this hopper. The more items that are on the hopper, the more items the minecart will pull out of the system and throw them into the system. So this cart, for example, is gonna grab 48 items and then send them up and down the rail into the furnaces. And once those come out, once they are finished, they are sent into this dropper over here, which descends them on an ice water slide to be collected up at the top. Now I still haven't finished this design. Ideally this will go into a collection system. I just don't know of any collection systems. I don't have a design that would be able to collect this many items per second. If I try to do it on a hopper system, it will take a very long time for the hoppers to actually go through all the items and put them on a chest. So as of now, the only idea I had was the player stands up here and just collects the items as they come through, since it's pretty much the fastest way of collecting items as of this point. The chest is almost done. The video's only been running for about 3 minutes, so it takes, as I understand, it takes about 3 to 4 minutes for it to go through 27 stacks of items. Since I did go out and go through the system and make a turnaround, it's possible maybe that some might have dropped off or fallen off of this item elevator over here. And it looks like it's almost finished. Just give it a few seconds, see if we can get all the items. There is some inefficiency in the system. But it's not too bad. I believe out of the half a chest of items, or 27 stacks, I find that sometimes I get a little bit of loss on the last stack, and that's due to the fact that this chests have to have a certain amount of items on them in order to go through the system. So far I only find that it gets stuck maybe 1 or 2 items left over on those chests. The fuel, I believe, already has been sent through the system. But depending on the quantity of items that you're smelting, you may have some leftovers on the chest. since these cards need almost a full stack in order for them to go uncircled through the system. So as a result of that, I believe you would need probably about at least 3 or 4 stacks in order for the system to activate and start sending everything through the smelters. Well, I try to do the distribution as even as possible. Like you see, for example, here this one has 45 coal and this one only has 23 coal. It really comes down to the math. I did the math wrong, and I really have to calculate how many items are coming out of the mine cart and how many times it's being distributed through all this. So just a little few things to work out. But yeah, that is it. That is the Mega Smelter. I called it the octopus because it has basically 8 rail lines that would be like the tentacles on an octopus. But I think it looks kind of neat, and I plan on building this on my survival server at some point. And I don't know, if I get 100 likes on this video, maybe I'll attempt to make a tutorial for this thing. I don't even know how I would start to do it. Usually when somebody starts with tutorials, they start with something smaller. This thing's kind of huge. I don't even know where I would start tackling it from. But yeah, I hope you guys like it, and have a good day.